to that poll and vote against your own best interest, that was your own damn problem. That was you. But don't ask for prayer when you block your own blessing. That's why I don't feel bad for these farmers. You voted for this, and now you reap what you sow.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace, every weekday from 12 to 1, streaming live on YouTube and on 1017 The Truth. You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
It's time! It's time! It's beta time!
You are watching a master at work.
Truth Nation, get ready for the greatest 60 minutes in radio, giving you his authentic and bold opinions, bringing you all the information, entertainment, and conversations you gotta hear. From local issues to trending topics and headline news, it is time for Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is your award-winning host, Kyle Wallace.
Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am your host of Truth to Power, Kyle Wallace, and we're coming to you live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. 833-212-1017. That is the Truth talk and text line. You can call in, you can text in to the greatest 60 minutes in radio here on Truth to Power. You can also watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. That's 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Give us a like, give us a share, and give us a subscribe as we are on our way to 5,000 subscribers on the YouTube. So all type of couples walking through the market hall today. Must be one of them days. This cuffing season, huh? But, as always, shout out to my producer today, DJ Brother Z, holding down on the ones and the twos. And shout out to you, Truth Nation. Now, it is Halloween. I guess I celebrate. I really don't celebrate. I kind of get dragged to different things. And yesterday, our office had their Halloween party. Our office Halloween party yesterday. And I'm not a big office party guy. I dabble for the free food. I love me some free food. I done had me a couple little snacks here, courtesy of the free food from yesterday. Got my Doritos bag over there. Eating good today. But I'm not like I'm not like an office Halloween type guy. I'm not a big office party type guy. Because, for me personally, when I think about folks doing the office, because we had our office Halloween party, you had to set up, design all the different rooms we have spooky-wise, right? Like, people did that. And, I just think it's interesting that, some people actually have time to take away an hour or two or three from their busy work schedule to set up a room while we're supposed to be working. I actually envy those people because I am way too busy, way too busy to be doing that. But I do enjoy the leftover candy, and with that, I was just what's some people's favorite candy? Because everybody talk about candy corn, and I ain't never really I've had candy corn. I ain't had it in years, but I'm curious about what people's favorite candy is. Like, what's your favorite Halloween candy? Because, tonight, trick-or-treating is happening in the city of Milwaukee, and so kids going to be walking around. What kind of candy y'all giving out? Because I know for me, I love some Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I love me some white chocolate Hershey's bars. Them are the things that I love to indulge in, but I'm trying to. Why do people hate candy corn so much? That's the thing that I try to understand is why do people dislike candy corn so? But also, I just, I'm not just into Halloween. DJ Brother Z, you didn't dress up today. I wonder why. You don't like Halloween? You don't have to say anything. He said, I don't do it. It's the Devil's Day, huh? Yeah. Did you dress up as a kid? Oh, yeah. Yeah, me too. I will say this. The one thing I remember as Halloween, Truth Nation, is that, we know today's known for Halloween, and it's a day, as Zach said, he dressed up as a kid, but you have to admit, Zach, when you were in college and you went to some of them parties on campus, you didn't mind seeing some women dressed around the way they dressed, did you not?
I mean, that's why I'm DJing in Oshkosh tonight.
Woo! It's going to be chest and booty cheeks out, legs out.
I'll never forget, there was a time the girl, she had angel outfit.
Yeah.
She was on the table.
Yeah.
On my DJ table.
Oh, wow.
In front of me.
Like she came down from heaven. I tell you, that's the one thing. I'm going to take your man, so, I don't be in these streets no more. But I will say, back when when I was in my, college days in my 20s, the men would go out with their shirt, their chest out. I didn't really do all that. I wore a tight shirt, but, I wasn't chiseled. So the men who had the body to do it did it. And the women, it didn't matter what size they was. That was the day that everybody could look like a little floozy that day, boy. There's going to be a lot of floozies walking around tonight, just like there was last weekend. And I'm telling you, I might be taken, but I got eyes. I got size. But damn right. I'll shoot. I don't know. I don't think, in my age, I wouldn't want my woman doing that at that age. That's an interesting question. If you was dating a woman, would you want her walking around with her cheeks out, chest out, stomach out, everything for everybody to see? See, 10 years ago, I'd probably be like, yeah, do what you want to do. But now, hey, nah. Put that away. That's only for me. My eyes only. But I tell you, back in the day, I loved it. I don't love it no more because I'm a taken man. Ain't that right, DJ Brother Z? Now, also, we have memories as a kid on Halloween, Truth Nation, of going trick-or-treating, right? Like, trick-or-treat was the thing you did, right? Trick or treat, right? I guess you're technically supposed to ask, you're asking the person at the house trick-or-treat or the person telling you trick-or-treat. But we have memories of trick-or-treating. Well, today, Truth Nation, I'm going to tell you whether the U.S. government, specifically Republicans, are trying to trick you into thinking the SNAP benefits, which helps low-income individuals and families afford nutritious food and maintain food security. They are trying to trick you into thinking that the funding for the program has to end today. They are trying to trick you into thinking there is nothing they can do. On Halloween, the U.S. government is playing with y'all. See, what they're also trying to do is they're trying to treat 42 million Americans, many of them women and children, to bare cupboards and empty bellies and long lines at food pantries, which are already overwhelmed by the furloughed federal employees who have not been paid in almost a month. The Republicans are purposely trying to starve Americans, Truth Nation. So today is Halloween for many kids who will be going around saying trick or treat, trick or treat. But what these kids don't know, some of these kids don't realize, is that while they're getting candy today, that candy may be something that they need to eat for a couple days because the United States government and the Trump administration is deciding to starve them. That is what they're deciding to do. And I think it's disappointing that is what's happening. But today's show, I started off with Halloween because it is Halloween, but today's show is about trick or treat. It's about the trick that the Republicans are pulling on America and what the hell they're trying to treat people to is starvation. So go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube, Truth Nation, because I want to make sure that we understand what is about to happen here locally. This isn't me being hyperbolic or me exaggerating. This is the realization of what is happening right now. I have my own family members who are furloughed, who are not being paid right now, who are trying to make ends meet. So I know personally, just like many of you may know personally, that this what we're going through right now, the furlough is hurting us, but now it's going to be compounded by the fact that 42 million Americans are having their SNAP benefits snatched from them as if there's no additional funding that is available to keep this from happening. But to get a foundation and a base, Truth Nation, make sure, again, y'all watching, stream us live on YouTube. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Fox 6 Milwaukee has the news story about the impact that the loss of SNAP benefits that will start in less than 12 hours now will have here in the city of Milwaukee. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube so you can hear the story from Fox 6.
Weighing on the minds of so many who rely on those benefits tonight.
And Sam Kramer spent the day at a local supermarket. And Sam, what did you find?
Hi there, Ben and Kim. Just about everyone in the food ecosystem, stores, food banks, consumers, are all feeling pressure. One store manager tells us he can feel the anxiety SNAP recipients have, not knowing when their accounts will be replenished.
Hey man, how you doing?
Neil Patel practically grew up inside Bayview Supermarket. His parents bought the store at the corner of Howell and Lincoln around 2000. Neil now works here for his parents, which helps explain the family feel they pride themselves on.
There's been a lot of new people moving into the neighborhood, and this is just one of the, I guess, convenient spots for people to go to grab, their everyday needs.
Everyday needs for everyday people.
Are you not retired yet, sir?
That includes recipients of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. Known as Food Share in Wisconsin, the program provides low-income families money to buy certain groceries. Patel says their lists and their energy have changed.
We've noticed in terms of activity, a lot of our customers, because they've been hearing things about whether or not their funds that are currently on their cards will be available or not moving forward, they're kind of just depleting all the funds that they have. Just because they'd rather be on the safe side of things and make sure they have some food in their pantry.
It's here in the middle aisle we met Corman Ramsey.
It's just hard. It's really going to be hard out here for these families.
The Milwaukee grandmother says her daughters receive some food share money. She's worried parents, children, and elderly won't have enough to eat, while urging Congress to snap out of it.
I mean, the government got to get it together. Whatever's personally going on, they got to handle it. And they got to get it handled now.
So as you heard, 700,000 people rely on food share in Wisconsin. This week, the State Department of Health.
And Truth Nation, y'all heard that there. You hear the emotion in her voice because it is real, right? I'm blessed and fortunate. I get to come here. I get to go to work every day. I get a paycheck, right? I don't have to worry about the financial cliff. I'm fortunate enough where I'm financially stable. I'm fortunate enough where at this point, I don't have children that depend on me. When you see the emotion in her voice, in her eyes, you understand that this is the reality of whether it's impacting her or whether it's impacting her daughter, it is impacting our community. We are talking about food. We are talking about a necessity, Truth Nation, the necessity to be able to eat. And I want to make it very clear that it does not have to be like this. It does not have to be like this. This is a choice that is being made by politicians to hold 42 million plus Americans access to affordable food and benefits hostage. That is what's happening right now. The Republicans are playing with people's livelihoods right now. The president has access to $5 billion worth of contingency funds, money, which he refuses to release because he is out of touch with regular day-to-day hardworking Americans like me, you, and everybody else around here. That is the reality. He would rather use the 42 million Americans' food as a negotiating chip versus doing the humane and right thing and making sure that people have access to their food benefits. And unfortunately, too many Republicans are entirely too cowardly to speak up and out against this. They're too cowardly to speak up against Donald Trump. They're afraid of the wrath of Donald Trump. They are taking the silent approach because they are fearful of receiving one man's wrath. Just let that sink in. We all know that what is going to happen tomorrow is going to negatively impact Americans. Not only will it impact Americans, I'll talk about it later on, it also will impact the economy that is already struggling right now. But because one man can make a tweet or whatever he has on his social truth, if you go against him, they're fearful of the retribution versus working for the people. Y'all got to understand, when people did the No Kings protest, and again, I don't protest, they were protesting for a reason. This is dictator-ish type stuff. when you are so afraid to speak out that you won't even speak out loudly against 42 million Americans losing access to their SNAP benefits. That is the state of this country right now. I'm not saying Republicans aren't decent human beings, because I'm sure they are. But the Republicans in Congress are acting like cowards by not speaking up and speaking out. Even a staunch Republican and Trump supporter, Josh Hawley, he co-sponsored a bill called Keep SNAP Funding Act. This bill was co-sponsored with 10 Republicans in the Senate, and it was to extend the SNAP benefits. Now, Hawley said he did this because he believed that we have to find a way to get help for 40 million Americans. Because he said this Saturday is going to be bad. It's going to be really, really bad. That's Josh Hawley, who represents, he's a United States Senator, Republican from Missouri. He's referring to the expiration of SNAP benefits coming this weekend. And he's talking silently, and he's trying to, find a way not to upset his leader, his boss, and Donald Trump, instead of focusing on maybe being the loudest in the room to say, we cannot stand for this. Unfortunately, when it came to that bill, and again, the bill was called Keep SNAP Funded Act. That's what the bill was called. When it came to that, his own colleagues on the Republican side are blocking it from getting to the floor out of committee because they don't want to lose a negotiating chip of starving 42 million Americans. And some of y'all listening right now, some of y'all who, think Kyle's just anti-Trump or Kyle's just anti-Democrat. Some of y'all right now don't think I'm making this up or I'm being biased. And as I have said many times, yes, I have a way I see the world, but I'm an equal opportunity type of guy when it comes to, if I disagree with something, I'm going to let you know. If I think something is going to hurt us, the people, or hurt other people who are Americans just like me, I'm going to speak up and say something. All I simply do is speak the truth, the 1017. In Truth Nation, if I was lying about this, you would have to explain to me why the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson himself, got up on TV and had this to say about why he is not pushing any bills in the House, United States House, to try to extend SNAP benefits. This is his response on why he is not willing to negotiate to end, or I should say to extend SNAP benefits going in to November. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube so you can hear the Speaker of the House himself, Mike Johnson, say out of his own mouth why he is refusing to negotiate with Democrats on the extension of SNAP benefits, not on stopping and shutting down the government, of why he's not extending SNAP benefits. Go to 1017 The Truth on YouTube or turn up your radio to hear Mike Johnson.
The entire government, Chuck Schumer and the radicals over there, will continue to play games with people's paychecks, their livelihoods, and if you do just part of this, it will reduce the pressure for them to do all of it, to do their basic job, and that is reopen the government. This is very real and very serious, and they can end it today. They can do it right now. All they have to do is, we just need 5 more Democrats in the Senate to help us reach the 60-vote threshold. We don't have enough Republicans to do the right thing on our own. We need them to do the right thing.
I want you to play that back, because he said it will reduce the pressure. By extending SNAP benefits to 42 million Americans, it will reduce the pressure to have the Democrats do the right thing in opening up the government. Play that one more time for me, Brother Z.
Of reopening the entire government, Chuck Schumer and the radicals over there will continue to play games with people's paychecks, their livelihoods, and if you do just part of this, it will reduce the pressure for them to do all of it, to do their basic job, and that is reopen the government. This is very real and very serious, and they can end it today. They can do it right now. All they have to do is, we just need 5 more Democrats in the Senate to help us reach the 60-vote threshold. We don't have enough Republicans to do the right thing on our own. We need them to do the right thing.
If you deviate from the goal of opening the whole government, the Democrats will continue to play games with people's paychecks. He just admitted that he does not want to deviate from opening the whole government, and this is why he is choosing to starve Americans. I'm telling y'all, this ain't me just making stuff up. I just hear the stuff and I present it to y'all. Now, I give my opinion on it, but that's what I'm presenting. This is what he is saying. He understands that there is a way out of this. But again, he is choosing to starve Americans. And it is easy for him to stand up there and say that because he ain't the one missing a meal or a paycheck. I don't know if y'all knew this, but these politicians are getting paid during the shutdown. That's why they don't feel the pressure, because they able to make sure their kids get to eat. They able to make sure their kids can still get to clothes. They able to make sure that their household is taken care of. They able to make sure that their rent that they pay is taken care of. The mortgage is taken care of because they good. The politicians are being paid while 750,000 other federal employees are furloughed and going without a check. While another 450,000 federal employees are working right now without getting a check. 833-212-1017, Truth Nation. I want to hear from y'all. Do you think the government should protect programs like SNAP during the shutdown, even if it means more federal spending? 833-212-1017. Are there some people out there who you believe this is a good move for to reduce spending? Right? Are some of y'all like, okay, we need to have more people less reliant on the government? I do want to hear from y'all of who is to blame. Why are they doing this? Do you know anybody that's going to be struggling because of what's going to happen tomorrow? Again, 833-212-1017, because I'm confused and I'm lost. I'm lost because I fully understand, because I can read, I'm literate. I fully understand that there is $5 billion available for them to be able to utilize. Now, Republicans are saying, oh, we can't legally do that. Since when? I'm going to bring you in there real quick, DJ Brother Z. Since when do you think the Trump administration has given a damn about breaking the law? Exactly. What? Are we? Is that a joke? They're making up excuses. They understand that they can use that $5 billion to extend SNAP benefits, but they're choosing not to because they don't want to give up that political chip. They're choosing not to put a bill that was brought by some Republicans on the floor to get a vote because they understand that if those 10 Republicans were to bring that bill to the floor, they know that it will end up passing, which would mean they would lose a political chip. But so instead, they'd rather starve 42 million Americans. But 833-212-1017, what is your thoughts on the pending ending of the SNAP benefits beginning tomorrow, as 42 million Americans will go without their benefits? 833-212-1017. You can also watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. I'll take your calls. I'll take your texts. I'll read your YouTube chats, but keep it locked. You're listening to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
This is 1017 The Truth, Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations, where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
At Grunberg Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Grunberg Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin always have the winning game plan. Check out the championship caliber play call this month. A whole house of beautiful, new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month, and get this, 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's like running a drive that keeps moving the chain savings with no penalties and no interest. And I can tell you from my experience, Pella Windows actually stop the drafts. You'll stay comfortable no matter how cold it gets outside. Think about it. Energy savings, comfort, and a great monthly payment you can actually manage. That's why I trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and why this is the right time to make your move. Call today and schedule your free consultation at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 10/31 of 2025.
This is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Truth Nation, the perfect Packer game starts in Titletown at the American Family Insurance House. Before each home game, grab exclusive Packers giveaways, listen to live music, and hang out with other fans. Plus, you can try your hand at setting the high score and protect the end zone, their interactive game that puts your football skills to the test. Make your next trip to Lambeau unforgettable only at the American Family Insurance House in Titletown. And if you're looking for homeowners insurance or car insurance, or you want to bundle it with life insurance as well, visit amfam.com today. That is amfam.com today to find an insurance agent near you or to get a quote instantly online. That is American Family Insurance. It is Truth to Power here on 1017 The Truth. You all can watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. And we're having a conversation about SNAP benefits ending. And I'm going to provide resources as well during this show. But I just wanted to lay the foundation and understanding that today is Halloween and many kids will be going around saying trick or treat. Little do they know that the government is tricking them and treating them to not having access to the SNAP benefits for their family, leaving 42 million Americans hungry, right? Leaving 42 Americans to have to rely on other resources and not the government. And I'm going to talk about more information on that, but it's just, for me, I think it's disgusting because they're utilizing people's food as a political football, as a political bomb. See, the Trump administration, and as you have seen with Mike Johnson saying himself, they don't want to do anything by itself to extend SNAP benefits on their own, stand alone, because he understands that means they lose a political negotiating chip. See, they're weaponizing food and starvation against their own American citizens. But 833-212-1017, I want to hear from you because I want to hear your thoughts. Pastor Unique, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What are your thoughts on today's conversation?
Thank you. I don't think that praise God, and thank you for letting me be on, Brother Kyle. I just don't think that the SNAP benefits should end because we have SNAP benefits, me and my husband, and when you stop that kind of stuff, you're going to stop a lot of families that even if you work or you have disability or you have whatever income you have coming in, extra income too, it's hard for working families to even have food on the table. That SNAP is going to, if they break that, that's going to hurt us. And we're going to have to get more extra work, more type of income coming in, a different type of resource coming in. And that's going to break a lot of families that depend on that to feed their children, to feed their own self and their own husband and wife. So I don't see that as a good idea. And I think that America needs to repent so our land can be healed. No justice, no peace. And Trump, he needs prayer, because if he stops that, that's just more enslavement. That's just another way to put more fear to make us be enslaved to go without food again. It's just slavery all over. That's how I feel about it, brother.
Ain't that the truth? I appreciate you, Pastor Unique. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Definitely pray for Trump and pray for everybody, because we need for him to have as clear as mind as possible, because this ain't the way to go. This is not the way to go. 833-212-1017. Marvin on the talking text line said, hello, I said this before, but those that said voting doesn't matter will soon find out it does matter. Ain't that the truth? And that's one thing that I try to tell people all the time, is that typically on a national scale, voting matters on a national scale. Because when you vote, and depending on who's in charge of your state, it helps you with funding. I mean, we got all these damn bump outs down here in the city of Milwaukee because we got federal funding. And that's because the Biden administration gave it to us. Now, I might not like it, but usually if the president in the White House matches, what your governor is, that's helpful. But right now, the amount of pain that Donald Trump is enacting on the American people is beyond belief. When I voted last November, almost a year ago, I knew what I was voting for. I was voting to be on the right side of history. I understood that, but I did not realize when Elon Musk was going around campaigning, said that America needs a time of pain. Remember, Elon Musk was right there with Trump. I didn't realize how much pain America was going to feel. I didn't realize how many layoffs was going to be coming through the federal government. I didn't realize the pain that private corporations were going to feel as well. I didn't realize that we would legitimately be looking at 42 million Americans not having access to their SNAP benefits simply because of the fact that the government and the Trump administration has decided that they don't want to give up any leverage, so they'll rather starve people. That is just facts. 833-212-1017. Jeff on the talking text line said, now spend the next half hour talking about how the Democrats are refusing to do what they're supposed to do, open up the government. Okay, Jeff. Is it the Democrats' job to just do what the Republicans want? Because last time I checked, there hasn't been a 60 threshold where everybody had the 60 votes in over a decade, where they can just do what they want without having to negotiate in over a decade. So how is it possible that Joe Biden, Obama, and Trump during his first term were able to negotiate and work across the aisles with Republicans and Democrats to get something done, but all of a sudden now there is no negotiating? So the Democrats are supposed to roll over and say, you get what you want? The Republicans are supposed to just say, nope, either it's our way or the highway. You answer that, Jeff. 833-212-1017. Are the Democrats just supposed to do what the Republicans want them to do? Are the Democrats not supposed to work in the best interest of the 48% or 47% of Americans who voted for Kamala Harris in that last election? Is that what's supposed to happen? Are the Democrats like Tammy Baldwin, who represent the state of Wisconsin, not supposed to do what's in the best interest for the people that voted for her in the state of Wisconsin? 833-212-1017. That's what I want to know. All right, Jeff, I see you. In my opinion, both sides are supposed to be the smart ones, but they're acting crazy. You are absolutely right, Jeff. You are absolutely right. That we can agree on. But 833-212-1017, that is the Truth Talking text line. We're talking about the fact that there is a SNAP benefit fiasco happening right now. And who do you blame? Who do you blame? And I want to make very clear that this is all a choice. I want you to understand that this is not necessary. This is not something that had to happen. This is a choice being made by the president and the Republican leadership to make people panic. Republicans are using warlike tactics like trying to starve 42 million Americans in order to get the Democrats to sign on to their budget bill without having to negotiate. This is what we are seeing. Now, this is a similar tactic to what you see what Israel did. Now, obviously, what Israel did to the Palestinian people is a million times worse. But this Trump administration is doing something very similar. They're trying to enact panic and pain on Americans by cutting their benefits. Donald Trump is using food and starvation as a political weapon against American citizens. That is what's happening, and Mike Johnson even said it himself, who is a Republican and the leader of the House. Watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 to YouTube. I'm going to continue this conversation, but before we go to break, Carolyn in Milwaukee, what are your thoughts on this conversation?
Well, Kyle, I hope that, first of all, good evening. I hope that everybody is paying attention and stuff because it's very simple. It's food versus medical. And the Democrats are trying to ensure that the people who are on SNAP, they're also on medical, too. Mm-hmm. I get it that it's a hard decision, but if I had my choice, I'd rather have my medical coverage. I can go figure out my food stuff.
And Carolyn, you're right now. That's what it's basically coming down to, what they're trying to pit against each other. But what I want to be very clear with as well is that we can have both. And I'm going to have a conversation next week talking about what people are looking at, because I talked about it a couple weeks ago about how people are going to see the cost of their insurance skyrocket and go up. The Democrats need to continue to pound that, because as we get closer and closer to basically open enrollment happening right now for people to choose their health insurance, and we get closer and closer to 2026, the reality is going to hit a lot of people. It's going to hit a lot of people, and it don't matter. Listen, these health insurance, they don't care if you voted Democrat or Republican. Everybody going to feel that pain if you need to utilize that. And I'm hoping and praying when we do our open enrollment, we won't somehow be negatively impacted by that, because I hate how much I pay. And I don't even pay that much. I think I pay like $93 a paycheck or something like that. I don't even know. But I don't want to have to pay more than that. I do not. But thank you, Miss Caroline. I appreciate you chiming in. 833-212-1017. We're going to continue this conversation. Who do you blame for this SNAP benefit fiasco? Why do you think the Republicans think it's okay to not work with other Republicans who want to extend SNAP benefits to protect 42 million people? Why is it that there's a fraction inside the Republican Party right now on whether or not they want to do a standalone bill to help fund the SNAP benefit program? Why is that happening? Why do they think this is something to play with? Food. 833-212-1017. I see you on the talking text line, Josh. I see y'all on YouTube. Remember, y'all can watch and stream us live on YouTube by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. When we come back, I'll take Josh's call, but I'll continue this conversation today because this is an important conversation. And I also have a list of resources because, again, people going to need to know these resources of what they can do and utilize until this nonsense is over. I'm hoping last minute that Republicans come to their senses and they join on to the bill that Josh Hawley, who is a Republican from Missouri, is trying to get on the floor to vote on. And hopefully they can get that passed so 42 million people can eat and not have to worry about not where their next meal going to come from. But this is Truth to Power with Kyle Wolf. We'll continue on the other side.
More of Truth to Power is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Are you ready to do some baking? Because it's We Energy's Cookie Book time. This year's book is packed with dozens of cookie recipes to bake and share. We're sure you'll find a few new favorites. Pick up your copy of this holiday tradition from We Energies at one of our drive-through distribution events. Go to WeEnergies.com to find an event near you. From all of us at We Energies, we offer you warm wishes for a bright holiday season. We Energies. Energy you can depend on.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
And what are some of the ways that you're inspiring people? Because, you know, one of the biggest opportunities, in particular in the African-American community, is access, exposure, and awareness.
For Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin, we've been here 76 years.
Wow.
And our mantra is saving the lives you love. So if someone you love needs a blood transfusion and they're in any hospital in Southeast Wisconsin here, that blood's coming from us. And so we're trying to make sure that we're communicating that because I think folks maybe don't understand that blood can't be manufactured. And summers are always tough because schools are out and we collect about 20 to 25% of our blood from schools. Mm-hmm. So it's always a day-to-day struggle. We say that the blood that's on the shelves is the blood that saves lives. And a lot of times people are compelled to donate when something bad happens. And our mission and our job is to educate folks so that we can get ahead of the curve and keep 3 days of inventory on the shelves. Mm-hmm. So we're in a decent spot right now, but we're on the streets every day trying to inspire people to join our mission. One of our big projects that we're proud of is Versity on King, which is part of the Thrive on collaboration in the Gimbel Schuster building on Martin Luther King Drive. And next year, we're going to open a destination center there. It'll be a blood donation center, but it'll be more than that because we've realized that we can't be transactional with our relationships in the Black community. We need to do things that are intentional and that show that we're there to stay. But the reason that we're there is because not enough people that look like us donate. And so for disorders like sickle cell disease that disproportionately affect us, the race can matter. But I like to say that, you know, Black folks have a superpower in their blood. 44% of Black blood donors will have this rare trait that makes their blood more likely to be able to be a match for a sickle cell patient. And that 44%, like that is way higher than what we would find in other races.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Packers sit atop the NFC with a 5-1-1 record. Running back Josh Jacobs says the offense is just getting started.
We still not even where we gonna be, which is crazy to say. Playing how good we've been playing as a team, but we still got a lot out there for us.
Packers face the Carolina Panthers on Sunday at noon in Lambeau. No Giannis, no problem. Bucks win a huge game against Steph Curry and the Warriors last night, led by Ryan Rollins. Coach Doc Rivers on the performance.
He's just tough. You know, he's a tough kid, man. And we got a team full of, like, tough guys. Like, resilient maybe is a better word.
Bucks face the Sacramento Kings next on Saturday. Badger volleyball takes on the number 1 ranked team in the nation, Nebraska. That game begins tonight at 8 p.m. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
It is Truth to Power on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
One call, that's all, with Gruber Law Offices. Listen, if you or a loved one is ever injured in an accident, do not hesitate to make one call, that's all, to Gruber Law Offices, because they will take care of the rest. I told y'all how they took care of me. They can also take care of you. And also, Truth Nation, there was a really cool story that ran on, I want to say it was Fox earlier this week, where there was an event which was a basketball clinic hosted by the Milwaukee Bucks in partnership with Gruber Law Offices for athletes of Special Olympics of Wisconsin. This aired on WISN. The partnership between, major professional sports team and a local law firm and Gruber Law Offices in Special Olympics show how community, business, and sports can all come together for a special impact. Shout out to David Gruber. Shout out to Milwaukee Bucks. Shout out to Bobby Portis and Special Olympics of Wisconsin having a basketball clinic right here. So that is what it's about, right? Not only is this a law firm that is going to help you get your money, the money you deserve, they're also going to be part of the community, and that's when we talk about them impacting the community. So if your loved one is ever injured, make sure y'all contact Gruber Law Offices today. And remember, there's no fee to call, consult with them, or retain them as a law firm. You never pay a single penny until they win your case. Visit them today at gruber-law.com or make one call, that's all, to 414-276-6666. It's Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. This is Truth to Power here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am your host of Truth to Power, Kyle Walsh, coming live to you from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And today we're just having a serious conversation talking about SNAP benefits, right? Talking about the fact that SNAP benefits are going to expire and run out tomorrow, and it does not have to be that way. Right now, the government has access to $5 billion, yes, in a contingency fund, which can help fund the government through the month of November. Instead of utilizing that and tapping into that, Republicans are saying, well, we don't want to do that because that means that it takes away a negotiating chip with the Democrats to get them to come to the table and agree to what we want to agree with. So let's be very clear. Republicans are denying $5 billion in our tax dollars to support Americans because they want to make sure the Democrats do what they want instead of feed 42 million people. But I want to hear from you. 833-212-1017. Josh, what are your thoughts on today's conversation?
Hey, Kyle. This is political grandstanding at its finest from both sides. This is another tactic to distract us from the bigger problems. Mike Johnson wants to keep the government shut down as long as he can so that he doesn't have to swear in the newly elected representative from Arizona because she'll be the deciding vote to get the ball rolling on the Epstein stuff. Mike Johnson's part of the cover-up to protect the president, along with several others. All this is just a distraction. Certain states have the power, Louisiana's already done it, to make sure the funds for the SNAP program can be released. Governor Evers could do the same thing. The Secretary of Agriculture, she's the one who could direct those $5 billion to get that going. She's another one who's complicit with Trump. But Democrats need to put their pride aside and lose this battle so that they can ultimately win the war in the midterms and in 2028. Just take a little bit of short-term pain and put your pride aside to get everything reopened so that this problem can go away, SNAP can be good for November and stuff going forward. I don't understand why Democrats are trying to die on this small hill when we have so many other things to worry about.
All right. Appreciate you, Josh. I appreciate you. Appreciate your thoughts and comments. Again, 833-212-1017. That is the Truth Talk and text line. But also you can watch and stream us live on YouTube. And a lot of great commentary on YouTube about just overall what people just having a dialogue going back and forth about what they would do and what they're seeing and what this impact is. And so at the end of the day, when I look at this, right, and I think about this and I think about what is happening, they're, again, weaponizing people's food. And what's crazy to me is that a lot of these folks in the South who utilize and, SNAP benefits are the individuals going to be negatively impacted are the ones who voted for this, voted for Donald Trump. And a lot of these folks around here are so-called Christians and Bible thumpers who claim that, they want to support others are okay with this. Because I'm going to tell y'all this right now. If the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ came down right now and he saw that our government has the money to feed mouths, to feed people for another month, and they chose not to, do you think they get into the pearly white gates of heaven? Do you think he'll open up that door? You can't be religious and stand on the side of people not being fed. And again, even if you want the shutdown to end, that's one thing. They got a big old donation to make sure the military got paid. Why can't somebody fund people eating? We have $5 billion available for them to be able to utilize, and they're refusing to utilize it. That's unchristian-like, if you ask me. And the thing is, everyone listening here pays taxes. That $5 billion didn't just come out of thin air. That came out of my pockets. It came out of DJ Brother Z's pockets. It came out of everybody listening pockets because everybody here at some point in time has paid federal funds. But 833-212-1017, Joe and West Allis, what are your thoughts on today's conversation?
Hi. Thanks for taking my call. I just had, was switching stations and I heard this, and I never get to voice my opinion. But really quick, this is all on the Republicans. This is all part of Project 2025. This is all part of Trump's dealing with, he's basically being Hitler. This is his way of killing millions and millions of people in the United States. He's going to let them starve to death. This is all part of Project 2025. This is exactly like killing the Jews. This is all part of Hitler's plan. This is all part of Trump's Project 2025 plan to kill millions of people. The Democrats have done everything possible. Their hands are tied. This is all the Republicans' fault. And I hope people realize that in the next election, you vote Democrat and you get what you want. If you vote Republican, you're going to die.
Joe, I appreciate your comments, your strong sentiments. Again, I can't tell people what to think or what to believe, but people have their own thoughts and do know that Hitler did have a hunger plan where he deliberately, tried to seize food supplies, where he understood that when you make people hungry, you weaken them, right? Trump is using this as a tactic, and Mike Johnson told you so. But 833-212-1017, Gary in Milwaukee, what are your thoughts on today's conversation?
Hey, how's it going?
Well,
I just think that this is just mean and cruel, but I'll just say the caller prior to this gentleman here said that the Democrats are willing to die on a hill for something so small. But my question is this, right? And let's just be honest. How long have Republicans been promising to fix the health care system? I remember Trump talking about they had a plan during his first presidency, right? Then they had a plan. They keep lying and lying and lying and lying, and it's time for the lying to start because a lot of people are going to die if they don't have health care. So for him to say it's a small thing, it's not a small thing because at some point you need to stand up and say, let's fix it. Just like the border, they had this committee, I believe it was 4 Republicans and 4 Democrats that had came up with a plan to fix the border comprehensively.
It was a plan for the border. Oklahoma senator came up with a plan for the border that was over a year ago, and Trump told them not to vote on it because it would take away something they can use immigration as a way for politics. Absolutely, it was a Republican senator from Oklahoma who came up with a bipartisan plan.
No, but way before this, remember the Gang of 8? There was something.
Oh, you talking about back in are you talking about 2000? During are you talking about back when Bush was in office?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there was something back in Bush in office.
The Gang of 8 had come up with a comprehensive border plan, and the Republicans voted it down. Period.
That was way.
Have a good day, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that. 833-212-1017. This is Truth to Power with Kyle Walsh. When we come back, I'm going to share resources on Monday, I promise y'all. But when we come back, I want to hear from Pastor Raphael Warnock, as he has a conversation about why the Republicans are doing this to 42 million Americans and why they're starving them. Keep it locked. You're listening to Truth to Power right here on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Hey Milwaukee, are you ready to make your neighborhood shine? Join 1MKE's Neighborhood Task Force, where neighbors come together to build stronger, more connected communities in Washington Park, Washington Heights, Clark Square, and Walker's Point. Come share a meal and share your ideas and share your voice. This is your chance to shape the future of your neighborhood. Don't miss out. RSVP today on Eventbrite. Search 1MKE Neighborhood Task Force and join the movement to make Milwaukee stronger together. 1MKE, one voice, one community, one future.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
It's 101.7 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin always have the winning game plan. Check out the championship caliber play call this month. A whole house of beautiful, new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month, and get this, 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's like running a drive that keeps moving the chains with no penalties and no interest. And I can tell you from my experience, Pella windows actually stop the drafts. You'll stay comfortable no matter how cold it gets outside. Think about it. Energy savings, comfort, and a great monthly payment you can actually manage. That's why I trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and why this is the right time to make your move. Call today and schedule your free consultation at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 10/31 of 2025.
You are listening to Truth to Power on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
Truth Nation, tune into the award-winning 101.7 The Truth this Saturday at 11:30 a.m. for another episode of Four Together for Kids, hosted by myself, Kyle Wallace, and Colestin Morgan Jr. This week, we will discuss or talk about Seeds of Health public charter schools and how their students at Tenor High School are required to dual enroll at MATC during senior year to earn college credit towards an associate's degree and to receive a technical degree. This show is being brought to you by City 4 Collective, a local nonprofit working to ensure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family. Again, that is Four Together for Kids this Saturday at 11:30 a.m. and the replay again at 2:30 p.m. on Sunday right here on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. This is Truth to Power here on 101.7 The Truth, and I'm talking about SNAP benefits. And Raphael Warnock, the senator from Georgia, also my frat brother, A5A, had this to say in a committee when they were asking questions about why they won't release the $5 billion. So go to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube to hear Raphael Warnock question why they won't. Oh, it says in Instagram, it says it has no sound.
Like the video itself within Instagram has.
Oh, wow. Maybe it got taken down, or maybe they stopped it. But basically what he was asking someone who was part of the government of if there was $5 billion available. And the gentleman said, yes, there is, but right now it's in litigation. He said, why is it in litigation? It's in litigation because the government is choosing not to release it, and people are trying to force them to release it. And so that is a problem. That is the issue. And what I want to leave y'all with is today, Truth Nation. I appreciate y'all on 101.7 The Truth on YouTube. And I see somebody here says on YouTube, is y'all seeing black men online happy these programs are delayed or ending? Who were mostly likely raised on these same programs with their children. If they're contributing to the women, if they were contributing, the women wouldn't qualify. And I hope there ain't black men on the internet praising this, because that'd be very foolish. But again, the Trump administration is purposely withholding $5 billion in his funding because he wants to starve 42 million Americans. And instead of using it, he is choosing to starve these Americans to stick it to the Democrats, despite the fact that 6 out of 10 states that are the leaders in getting SNAP benefits voted for Donald Trump. Once again, you have people voting against their own best interest. Do y'all know that Trump won Americans who make less than $30,000 a year? Those are the people who are more than likely to be utilizing SNAP benefits. They're voting against their own best interests once again. So I said I was going to provide some resources. I got some time to do that, so I'm going to provide some resources, Truth Nation, and it's easy as just doing a Google. But I want y'all to understand that if somebody asks you some questions, right, if you're looking for it yourself, well, I want you to also feel this and know that do not feel any shame or feel any embarrassment, right? Because if you need any type of assistance, understand that this is not your fault. If you're a federal employee and you're not being paid right now, that's not your fault. You have contributed your tax dollars to the government, which has now failed you. So don't feel shame in getting assistance to eat right now. For those who are on SNAP benefits, do know that they are there for you to help you get back on your feet, to assist you. Do not feel shame and let people shame you into thinking that you are a problem. This should be a moment in time for you. Not a lifestyle, but a moment in time for you. In America, we have a safety net to ensure that you and your family can eat. So make sure y'all go, and y'all need to Google some resources, but grocery delivery company GoPuff is offering $50 off groceries for SNAP recipients. DoorDash is allowing for you to get food delivered without paying a fee. You can always go to Hunger Task Force, Mobile Market, Feeding America, UMOS Food Pantry, Nourish MKE Community Center, Milwaukee Christian Center, Community Fridge in Metcalf Park Community, Mayfair Road Food Pantry, the River West Food Pantry, Salvation Army, St. Vincent de Paul. My church, St. Matthew CME Church, on Tuesdays offers free dinner for the community from 6p to 7p. But look and search for all these resources because it's so important. But also, we need to continue to educate people on what is really happening. There's $5 billion available, but instead of giving the $5 billion, the Trump administration is deciding that they want to have political warfare on their own American citizens by withholding that $5 billion instead of providing it to extend SNAP benefits so people can eat. You get what you vote for. And unfortunately, some people are getting what they did not vote for. Here in America, it's a shame. This has been Truth to Power. Kyle Walsh, the Tory Lowe Show is up next from 1 to 4. Peace out, Truth Nation. Y'all have a beautiful weekend. Happy Halloween. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love you. Tune in to The Truth this Saturday at 11:30 a.m. for another episode of 4 Together for Kids, presented by City 4 Collective and hosted by myself, Kyle Wallace, and Colestin Morgan Jr., Executive Director at City 4 Collective. We'll be joined by Jody Weber, CEO of Seeds of Health, a public charter school system which operates 5 schools inside the city of Milwaukee. We will discuss how every high school senior enrolls in a pathway program at MATC to prepare for their journey after high school. Again, that's 4 Together for Kids this Saturday at 11:30 a.m. and Sunday at 2:30 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Need a way to hype up your day?
This is Lorenzo.
Lorenzo! You just won $5,000!
What would you do with $5,000?
That's sweet for a couple months.
Yes! Yes,
There you
yes,
go.
yes.
That just made me happy.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Can we hold something?
Y'all holler back at y'all.
I got money now.
I'm going to say something. I'm a conservative, as you know. I might not agree with you all the time, but even when I don't agree with you, you crack me up. And the other guy, he just pretends conservative all day. And you do make me think. But when you do better than anyone, you think on your feet.
Now that...
Self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
You're listening to the new 101.